I'm going to probably say this wrong. Vianney, Alana, and Sila, please.
Cool. Sweet. Awesome. Cool. Yeah, talo whalawa, malo lei ni sampula vanaka, namaste, kia ora, nā talo hani, malo ni, whakarowhala atu, and warmest Pacifica greetings to you all. My name is Viange Makaliu, and I'm the event manager for SPACPAC Canterbury Polyfest. And do you want to introduce
Yep,
yourself?
tala whalawa, I am Salau for Sumner, and I'm the Vice Chair for the SPACPAC Trust.
Cool. And so we're here today to speak a little bit about SPACPAC Canterbury, and obviously we'll get a little bit further into it, but maybe I'll go through the slides so then I don't run out of time at the end. Hopefully we'll have enough time for questions as well. So SPACPAC initiatives, they aim to celebrate and preserve Pacific culture, foster community engagement and inclusivity, build visibility of Pacific in Christchurch, provide a platform for young performers and artists, staircasing Pacific students with educational and career pathways, promote networking and provide leadership development for Pacific youth and community. We also look to promote Pacific voices throughout our communities as well. And how do we achieve this? We have established 7 key initiatives over the last 24 years. We have our SPACPAC Pacific Leadership Retreat, a retreat designed to develop the leadership skills among Pacific youth, our SPACPAC Pacific Youth Awards, an awards ceremony recognising the achievements of Pacific youth, so not only our academic achievements, but also our service to the community achievements. So Christchurch City Council already sponsors one of those awards, so we're already connected somewhere in there as well. SPACPAC Canterbury Polyfest, which I'll talk a little bit more to because that's our flagship kind of event. And then SPACPAC Pacific Innovate, an entrepreneurial competition encouraging Pacific youth to present business ideas. SPACPAC Canterbury Pacific Expo, an expo providing information on educational and career opportunities. SPACPAC Canterbury Pacific Speech Festival, a competition to hone the public speaking skills of our Pacific students, encouraging participation in Pacific languages. SPACPAC Leadership Breakfast as well, a networking event for Pacific leaders, educators and community members. I thought I'll talk a little bit more about SPACPAC Canterbury Polyfest because that is our biggest event and our flagship event. So it's a celebration of Pacific culture. So thank you to all of those councillors that were able to make it on the day. It was awesome to have you. So here's a few photos of what we had going on the day. So it's been elevated over the years, but this year we did make some really big changes, getting in a bigger stage, creating a Pacific marketplace as well, and then just increasing the engagement with our storeholders and our community organisations. So SPACPAC Canterbury Polyfest is a vibrant celebration of Pacific culture, arts and community. It provides a platform for showcasing the rich traditions of Pacific heritage, including music, dance, food and crafts. And this year we had a new edition of a Pacific marketplace. SPACPAC Canterbury Polyfest attracts a diverse audience with over 25,000 attendees, and this year we had the most schools we've ever had, which was fun to organise, but we had over 30 secondary schools. That's about 1,500 students involved, and so that means that they've put away maybe 2 to 3 months of practice every single day, after school, before school, all of that, and it makes it the largest Pacific festival in the South Island. SPACPAC Canterbury itself is made up of government agencies, community organisations, tertiary institutions, and only has one employee, which is the event manager for Polyfest, which is myself. The rest is all on voluntary. We do over 8,000 hours of voluntary work throughout the year. It's probably more than that, but I just made a quick calculation anyway. And we have volunteers involved in all of our initiatives throughout the year. It has expanded significantly since I first did it. When I first did it, we did it all in 1 week, but now it's over the whole year because it's gotten too big. Other than that, I'll probably hand it over to Silo and she can talk a little bit about our growth plan.
Yeah, so, like we're saying that, I guess what we know statistically, there is a big growing population of Pacific here in Christchurch, and what we're looking to cater for is that what does that mean for us as a collective? And we want to evolve how we actually service not just our youth in schools, but actually families and communities. So what we do know, we're in 24 years in the running, so we've got parents who were actually participants in Polyfest. We've got intergenerational participants. We've got, participants, and this is my own family, from a 30-year-old to 18-year-old. There's 5 of them. They've all been in this. So what we know is that some of the events that we run isn't just the secondary school students themselves. It is the lifelong learning for families. And actually what we want to look at is that how do we cater for them going forward? So with the event, you can't run an event from 8:30 to 7 on one day. We know this now, that actually we need to think bigger and have it over multiple days for itself. We know that the demands of high school students in terms of what they need to exit with at high school, we want to be better, and we want to be in that position where we offer them more. We want to be in that position, actually, we reach out to key stakeholders and make them actually, part of this pioneering journey that we're having with our community. And so, we're looking at workshops, we're looking at involving actually more around industry, around what is relevant in our community, what is relevant in the environment around sustainability, and what looks relevant in the workforce. So what we know from 5 years, 10 years ago, those things are no longer applicable. And so we want to make sure that our students in our community are still relevant, what they're learning is relevant. And so whether that's in the environment, the educational, and also improving the infrastructure, so making sure that we're equipped to provide them with the best facilities that we have. And I guess when we're looking at, we're looking at what are the partnerships that can offer those best facilities. We've gone from, obviously, the massive stage to previously actually being, it was night performances in Horncastle. We've been in the town hall. And so we're going to this space of evolution. What do we want that to look like? So that's kind of where our growth looks like. I look at terms of what does this benefit, what does it even mean for council? What is the impact that we're looking at? And so we've got some things up there around strengthening our engagement, supporting youth leadership, cultural vitality in events. We're talking around having a community that thrive. I guess what I want to look at here is really think around, we can be more than that as a whole. So as a collective, what is the pioneer that we want to do in a partnership? And so, is it that we actually want to raise the level of engagement right across the board, so not just at high school? And what we offer here is that actually we have access to a number of Pacific communities that we know that actually find it really hard engaging with council. And it's not just council, it's in the education sector. And so we offer this sort of medium where actually we can help elevate their voices to yourselves. We have access, and so we want to be saying, be part of this journey with us. Be part of that. Actually, as a whole, we are thriving as a community. We've just heard that actually we've run this with one event manager. I don't know what other organisation can actually pull this sort of event off, because actually we are heavily invested in our people. And so we will put in those man hours to make sure that it is better. And every year we are refining around and having a good reflective practice around what did we do wrong, what can we be better at, and how can we make sure that our students are always looking at this is the best that we have to offer, and be the best, and to be the best, we can't do this by ourselves. And so that's my sort of challenge to yourselves here today, is that in this journey, what is the role that yourselves want to play? Is it that you want to play this role where you're an active bystander and you're going, that was an amazing event? Or do you want to have this role where you are pioneering beside us and going, we are part of this journey, and we want to make sure that our Pacific communities are heard, their voices are heard, and actually more than that, that once we hear them, we will action. And so this is what we're offering here. It's more than just a suite of initiatives. It's actually a journey of come and share and pioneer with us, pioneer the voices, and ensure that actually our communities feel safe, they feel heard, and actually they know who you are. They know actually the impacts of their voices around the submissions that have happened locally in their own area. And so this is it. We know that Pacific voices, quite often not heard. I see you, but I don't hear you. And so we're offering this opportunity to actually both be seen and heard by pioneering next to us. That is me.
All done.
We're just going to leave now. No.
Yeah. Next year as well, it does bring up our 25 years since we've started Polyfest in Christchurch. So we thought that this is the perfect opportunity for the strategic partnership with the council moving forward and kind of growing as SPACPAC Canterbury.
Mm-hmm. All good? All done?
Yeah.
Yep. I and a number of councillors were luckily enough to go along to Polyfest, and it is outstanding. I was only there for a shortish time, but the St Thomas students, when they were up there, that was it's always one. It was outstanding, mate. To hear them back in next stand up, it was great, very, very moving. So you're almost a victim of your own success because it's going so well down there. So I take my hat off to you, and I look forward to going next year. Celeste, please.
Thank you. I wasn't able to make it this year, unfortunately, but I went the previous year and it was amazing. In terms of the conversation around expanding it to a 2-day event, is that underway at the moment? Is that in progress?
Yes, the conversation is being had. So at the moment, how we work in terms of a timeline is we apply for funding at the start of this year. We kind of find out our funding maybe at the end of October if we're lucky. And then we try to plan in that small amount of time. What we're kind of looking at is strategic partnerships, which will allow us to have a platform of planning for the whole year. We are in those discussions now because obviously we started our debriefing and then we're moving into kind of what do we need to do. And to be honest, because we've had such a buy-in from schools, we have to expand it somewhere. And it looks like 2 days is probably our only option in that space.
And do you get the funding per year or is it?
Per year.
It would be helpful to get it maybe for
multi-year.
Multi-year funding.
Forever would be great, but yes, but multi-year would be really.
Yeah.
You mate. And Yanni, you got. We're over time, but you're always very keen on this. So please.
Yeah, thank you. I mean, just a really quick question. Obviously, we've got a couple of minutes to hear submission to the annual plan, but would you welcome the opportunity for us to have a bit more time? Maybe, like a workshop with SPACPAC and council laws at a governance level, just talking through how we could work together going forward. Would that be something that would be kind of a practical way to look at how we can best work together?
Yes, 100%. Yeah, we are definitely open to it. We've had really great conversations with some of our councillors, but also some of the management team as well. So we're very open to that conversation and happy to provide whatever we can to kind of solidify this strategic partnership if that's what we decide moving forward.
Thank you. Thank you very much. Thank you, Yanni. And thank you so much for what you do, and good to see you again.
No problem.
Thank you. Thank you for your time.
Okay, so Leanne and Tate, please.